I guess it all starts 8 months ago. I moved into a new apartment. It was the first place I could really afford on my own after graduating and landing a full-time job. Realistically, it wasn't much, a one bedroom on the second floor of a dated brick building just outside Chicago. You know how it is, peeling paint, old pipes, weird layout, but it was cheap and the landlord didn't care that I had no credit history. I figured that was enough. I remember the first night clearly. I was lying on my mattress, no bed frame yet, staring at the ceiling, listening to the radiator hiss like a snake every few minutes. It was oddly comforting. I felt independent for the first time. Then came the knock. It was soft, 3 short taps, around 1:30 a.m. At first I thought I imagined it. I was half asleep, no TV on, and the hallway light was off. Then it came again, a little louder this time. 3 knocks, same rhythm. I got up and looked through the peephole. No one was there. I even opened the door. Nothing. Just the hallway light flickering above apartment 6B across from mine. I shrugged it off. Maybe someone knocked on the wrong door, or maybe I dreamt it all. But the next night, it happened again. Same time, same pattern. Tap, tap, tap. Once again, no one was there. At this point, I started asking around. The guy on the first floor said it was probably the old lady in 5A. She had dementia and sometimes wandered around, but she lived a floor below. Why would she come upstairs to knock on my door in the middle of the night? This happened 4 nights in a row, always around 1:30 a.m., always the same 3 knocks. As weird as it sounds, I started staying up for it. I'd sit in the dark, waiting, peephole lit, hallway empty. On the 5th night, I tried to swing the door open immediately after the knock. Still, no one. But something was different that time. When I stepped into the hallway, I felt watched, like someone had just ducked out of sight. I turned toward 6B. That was the apartment directly across from mine. I'd never seen anyone go in or out. There was no name on the buzzer downstairs. The door always looked the same, closed, paint chipped, blinds drawn behind the peephole window. I went back inside and decided to ask my landlord about it the next day. He got weirdly quiet when I brought it up. 6B, he repeated, looking away. Yeah, does someone live there? He hesitated. No, not anymore. I pressed him. What do you mean not anymore? I've been hearing knocks. He started to look uncomfortable. It's complicated. Eventually, he told me the full story. Apparently, a man named Mark lived there about 6 years ago. Quiet guy, kept to himself, paid rent on time. But neighbors started complaining about strange behavior. Pacing at night, tapping on walls, talking to himself, or maybe to someone else they couldn't hear. One night, he just disappeared. No note, no forwarding address. His stuff was still inside. Half-eaten food on the counter, lights on, TV playing static. The police eventually got involved, but they never found any trace of him. No forced entry, no signs of violence. It was like he just stepped out of his own life. After that, no one wanted to rent 6B. A few people tried, but they all moved out within weeks, saying the place made them feel watched. One woman claimed someone whispered her name at night. Another said she saw movement in the mirrors, so the landlord just stopped showing it. It's better that way, he told me. That should have been enough for me to leave it alone, but I didn't. That night, I sat up, watching the door across from me. I wanted proof. I wanted to catch whoever was messing with me. I set up my phone to record the hallway through a crack in my door, just enough to see 6B. 1:26 a.m. Nothing. 1:30, the knocking started. But this time it wasn't on my door, it was on my neighbor's door. The sound came from behind me. I froze, slowly turning to face my front door. Tap, tap, tap. Same rhythm. My heart was pounding. I picked up my phone, stopped the recording, and locked myself in the bathroom. I didn't sleep. I left the lights on, and every time I closed my eyes, I imagined someone or something standing silently on the other side of the door. The next morning, I checked the footage. For a while, there was nothing, just the hallway still and quiet. Then, right around 1:30, something moved. The door to 6B creaked open, just an inch, then two. It stopped. For a solid minute, the door just hung there, slightly ajar. I stared at the frame, half expecting a shadowy figure to sneak out, but nothing did. It just sat there, open, like it was waiting for something. Then it slowly closed, again. No wind, no draft, just movement. I checked the building's lease directory again. 6B was listed as vacant. I went downstairs to try the doorknob. Locked. Deadbolted. But that night, I noticed something new. My door, my apartment, had a sticky note on it. Just a plain yellow post-it with 4 words written in shaky uppercase letters. Don't open your door. That was it. No explanation, no signature. I brought it inside and stared at it. Was someone warning me? Threatening me? Playing some kind of sick joke? Then came the knocking. 1:33 a.m. But this time it wasn't soft. It was aggressive. Fist pounding. Not 3 taps. 8. Fast. Heavy. Violent. I backed into the kitchen, grabbing the biggest knife I had. The knocking stopped suddenly, like it had never started. I crept toward the peephole. No one. Just the hallway, still, empty. Except the door to 6B was wide open. And inside, I swear on everything, I saw someone standing in the dark. Just a silhouette, tall, unmoving, facing directly toward me. I blinked. The figure was gone. I slammed my door shut and pushed my dresser in front of it. That was the last straw. The next morning, I told my landlord I was leaving. I didn't care about the lease, the deposit, none of it. He didn't even try to stop me. He just nodded, like he knew this would happen eventually. I packed everything into my car that day, but as I was walking down the hallway with my last box, I glanced at the door across from mine one last time. It was closed again. Same chipped paint, same drawn blinds, but now there was a note on that door. Another post-it. Same handwriting. Now it's your turn. I didn't sleep for 3 days after I left. And here's the thing I still can't explain. I moved across the city. Different neighborhood, different building, but some nights I still hear knocking. Always around 1:30 a.m. Always 8 times. And once, I swear, I found a yellow sticky note on the floor by my bed. 4 words in shaky handwriting. Don't open your door.